Hello everybody, today I will talk about the velocity, but right now car A and car B, they will travel in the same location. So I use the real example in here. Car A and car B rise in the same location on the road. Velocity of car A is 40 miles per hour and car B is 50 miles per hour. When will two cars get the distance 30 miles, it means that, for example, car A and car B, they go together, but the car A is 40 miles per hour and car B is 50 miles per hour. It means that when they go through together, the distance of car B in here is higher the distance of car A, because the velocity of car A is smaller than the velocity of car B. It means that car B is more speedy than car A. So we need to find the distance in here. It's about 30 miles per hour, about 30 miles in here. So the question, when will two cars get the distance 30 miles? This means that when car B go faster than car A, we can create the distance between A and B. And we have the formula for you. So to find the distance in here, we will figure out that we have 50 miles and we have 40 miles and we have 30 miles in here. So the best way to find the distance between car A and car B, we need to figure out, that's about the distance in here. We have velocity car B minus velocity of car A, because when we do like that, when we do like that, we can figure out that every 1 hour between the car B and car A, they will create the gap. For example, in 1 hour, car A will go to 40 miles in here. But in car B, in 1 hour, they go faster a little bit, they go to 50 miles. So that's the distance in every 1 hour in here, that's about 10 miles. Just suppose that one person, they ride faster than you, and you ride slower than another person, they will create a gap. That's why this is about the distance in here in 1 hour. So that when we calculate this formula, the distance in here divide to the velocity of car B, this is the highest, and the velocity of car A, this is the slowest, and we can create about 30 divided to 50 minus to 40. Input all the information, we got about 30 divided with 10, we got about 3 hours. It means that the distance between car B and car A, that's create 10 miles per 1 hour. So we need to find the distance of about 30 miles. So that we get about 3 hours. After 3 hours, the distance between 10 miles per hour, it means that's about the difference. So we just find the distance by use 30 divided by 10, we got about 3. If you're not sure about that, you can use about 10 miles per hour multiply with 3. They will provide for you about 30 miles in here. So that's why the best way to check back the answer and you can figure out this formula. This one is the for advanced ASVAB Arithmetic reasoning. Let's see on the test. I will teach you about multiplication, but this one is different a little bit. So I have one real example. That's about decimal number, and in here to multiplication to decimal number, we see that there are two decimal number, so that we have put 2 because when we multiply together, the decimal will move on the left side. For example, if we count the 2 decimal number from here to the right digit, if we multiply together, the 2 decimal will move to the left side. I will show for you. So just put 2 decimal number and they connect about 2 last digits. So we put 2 with decimal in outside. So we just do the multiplication. A equal to 7 is 6, and we have 5 here. A multiplied with 2 is 16, and we have 5 in here, and that's why we got about 1, and we have 2 in here. A multiplied with 3 is about 24. 24 plus 2 is about 26. Number 2 go to 7 is about 4. We have 1 in here. 2 plus 2 is 4 is 5. 2 multiplied with 3 is about 6. So we sum 2 numbers together. We got 6, 5, 1. We have another 1 because 6 plus 5 is about 11. So we have number 1 in here. 6 plus 2 plus 1 is about 9. So we have 2 decimal number. We move in here. So the answer in here is about 91.56. If we have the decimal number like this, so that we count this decimal number to the right, this one to the right, so that there are 3 digits. So the decimal number when we multiplication, and we put the result in here because they will combine 3 digits. That's why we count this decimal number to the right number, so that when we multiply and got the result, we count that 3 number in here. So we move the decimal number in this area, so we can count this is 3 number, 2 and 1. That's it, how we do about multiplication of decimal number. The next one, let's see about division. So for example, we want to divide 3.2 with 0.6. So in here we have one decimal number. We move to here, count to 1. So this one we move to here too, so that we can got the new division. Let's see, 32 divided with 6. And let's do this one because 6 is smaller than 32. We have put 0. So because that's the final number, we put 0 in here. So we can get about 60, 32. So we have 1 in here. We have 32 minus in here. That's about 28. 28 we have another 0 because 28 is smaller than 32, and in here that's about that's 8. because A multiplied with 32 is about 256, and we got about 4 in here, and we have 24, and we keep going to divide and keep going on, and that's it. So if we have the decimal in here, we move to the right 1 digit, and this one we move to. If we have the decimal number in here, for example, like that, we have count 2 digits on the right, so the decimal in here, then we move to the right and we put another 0. And this is the way we do about division for decimal number. The next one is about addition. When we do about the addition, for example, the decimal should be in the same line together, and later that we just sum together, similar with the minus. So this similar situation, when we try to minus like that, the two decimals should be in the same line together, and we just minus and plus together. Hello everybody, today I will teach you about the percentage. So the topic today I will talk what is the change in the percent, and I will show about the real example. Last year the population was 1 million people. This year it is 1.25 million people. What is the change in percentage? So the formula for the change in the percentage is percentage change equal to the new minus the old divided by old multiplied with 100%. So in here we know that the new number is about 1.25. The old one is about 1 million people, that's the minus 1. And the old one is about 1 multiplied with 100%. So that we got about 0.25 divided by 1 multiplied with 100%. And we got about 25%. So the answer in here is about B. However, if the number is about like that, for example, the population was about 1 million people, but this year is about 0.75. So that the new number in here, they become 0.75, and when we calculate in here, 0.75 minus 1 is about minus 0.25. Minus 0.25, we got about minus sign here, so that we choose about answer A. So in the question they will have two times. If they got the positive number, this means they increasing. If they got the negative number, this means they decreasing. Hello everybody. So the next one is about the ratio. So I will show about the real example how to do about the ratio. Worker A can produce 1,000 candies in 5 hours. Worker B can produce 1,250 candies in 10 hours. What is the difference of two workers per hour? We have A, B, C, D. So in here, when we do about the ratio, we just put about the race, we find the rate in each person. Worker A. So we will have the total candy divide the total hour. And then we have about 1000 divided by 5. So we got about 200 candy per hour. Similar for the worker B. Equal to total candy divided by total hour. Equal to about 1250 divided by 10 equal to about 125 candies per hour. So after we calculate everything, we find the difference. About 200 minus 125 is about 75 candy. So the answer here is about D. Today I will teach you about the proportion and the ratio. So I will provide a simple question for you. There are 1000 students and the ratio of male and female is 3/17. How many female students? So the question is that they talk about the ratio between the male and female. So I will put in here. We know that male and female is about 3 divided by 17. In here, that's about the ratio. How can we put the proportion for male and female? We have 3 for male and 17 for female. Let's see about proportion between male and female. But we have 1000 students in the whole population, so we need to calculate the whole proportion of whole population. So we just sum two numbers together, that is 3 and 17. So we got about 20. 20, this is about the total. This is the total proportion for 1000 students. So in the male student, we will have 3 divided by 20. 20 is over there. This one similar. 17 divided by 20. So that we can see that the total male student divided by total whole population, and total female student divide to total whole population, because when we sum two fractions together, we will got about 20 divided by 20, and we know that 20 divided by 20 is about 1, and 1 is equal to 100%. This means that two fractions in here, when they sum together, they can represent about the whole population of 1000 students. So we have the ratio is about 17/20 for female. So we have 1,000 students, and we know that the proportion for whole population is about 20. So we need the question they ask about how many female students. So we put the female in here, and we got about 17. In here we will use about the ratio. The ratio for calculate the total female. We have 1,000. We multiply with 17. Then later that we divide this one for 20. So we will have 1,000 multiply with 17 divide by 20. We know that 1,000 multiplied with 17 is about 17,000, and we will divide with 20. So we will calculate this. We have 20 divided by 17,000. In here, we can see that 20 divided by 17,000, but we have the 0. We can eliminate 1 0 in here, 1 0 in here, because that is easy to calculate. So we can get about 1,700 divided by 2. So that is simple right now. In the number 2, we have number 8 in here. 8 multiplied with 2 is about 16. So that we got about 1. We have 0, we put 0 in here. We have number 2, and we have number 5 in here, because 2 multiplied with 5 is about 10. And we got about 0. We have 0 over there. So we have 0, and we have 2 multiplied with 0 is about 0. So that's plus 0. So after we calculate everything, the total female we need to find is about 850, and that's about C. We will talk about coefficient. What is that? So we have S in here. We have 3S. Let's say the simple way to illustrate what's a coefficient. For example, we have S in here, the number 3 in here. That's about coefficient. Similar for this situation. We have 1 over 2 with S power 2. This thing is about coefficients. Another way, we have 4 with square root 3 multiplied with S power 3. This one is about coefficient. So that we cannot understand what's a coefficient. So I have also a symbol. For S plus 3S. In here we can see that we have same S together. We have coefficient, that is 4 and 3. And when we sum together, we just care about number coefficient. But because they have same S in here, and we can say about 7S. So that's 7, that's about coefficient of 4S and 3S. Similar with the minus. For the minus 3, is they become 1 because 4 minus 3 is 1. 1 multiplied with s is still the s. Coefficient they use for the plus and minus when we sum and subtract together. Coefficient very good in the math knowledge. Another example. So I have a power 2 multiplied with p plus p power 3 minus 2a power 2 with p and plus 2p power 3. So this is in the ASVAB, and now they ask about to sum together, and we see that a power 2 with p and a power 2 with b, they have the same together, but we have a power 2 with b minus 2a power 2p, and it is same too. So in this situation, we see that this is 1, this is minus 2, but we have the same in here. This is about the factor, and when we put like that, we have 1 minus 2 is about minus a power 2 with p. Similar this one, we have p power 3 and p power 3, and we have same p power 3. We just can sum together, so that's about 3 with p power 3. So coefficient very good for you when we do the sum and minus in this class, so that if you want to know how to do this, you can learn like that. Our equation, this will be on the ASVAB math knowledge, and we need to learn how to do about equation. I will provide one example. This one, the basic equation, and I will show how to do. First, we have number 2 in here. We minus 2. We minus 2 in both sides, so that we got about s equal to 0 because 2 minus 2 is 0. 4 minus 2 is about 2, so we got about s equal to 2. Then the next way, we have s in here. If we move to this side, they will change to the positive number to the negative number. That's about 4 minus 2. So the answer is here about s equal to 2. The next one, if this one is minus 4, if this one is minus 2 equal to 4, and when we do this equation like this, the first one is about, we put the plus 2 in here for plus 2 in both sides, because when we plus 2 together, the number in here they will eliminate, so that we got about s plus 0 because minus 2 plus 2 is 0, and 4 plus 2 is about 6, so we got about s equal to 6. This means that if we have the minus 2 in here, we put the positive of this number, so that in both sides they will have the same number. And the next one is about, when we move the number minus 2 in here, they will change the sign is about 4 plus true, because minus true in here, they go to another side of the equal side, they will change to the positive number. So if this one is the minus, another side will become the positive number. If this one is a positive number, they will become the negative number. So the answer is in here about s equal to 6. The next one, we have s divided by 10 equal to 3. In this situation, we will learn this. S divided by 10, we multiply both sides with 10. 3 multiplied with 10 in the both sides together. That's it for division only. So that is 10 in the denominator and number 10 in the numerator. They will eliminate. So we got about s only. We have 3 multiplied with 10 is about 30. That's a good way to learn about division. The next one, we have 3s equal to 6. This is the basic one. So we have the number 3 in here. We have 3s. We divide by 3 in both sides. Because when we divide by 3 in this number with s, we can eliminate 3 in here. So that we got s equal to 6 divided by 3 is about 2. So if they have the multiplication, you need to divide. If they have the division on s, you need to multiply, so that you can eliminate the number with the s, and we can get the solution. Now the next one, we have 2s plus 4 equal to 6. And this one we have 2s equal to 6 minus 4, because we move number 4 in here, so that the positive side they will change to the negative side. So we have 6 minus 4. We have 2s. 6 minus 4 is about 2. We have 2s in here. We divide by 2, and the right side we divide by 2. And we got about s equal to 1. So this is the step by step to when we do about equation. Next, I will provide some basic question for you. So this is another complicated, and we can learn how to solve the problem in here. We know that we just put 2s plus 4 just like a, because a, this is the number we don't know, just put a in here and we don't change anything. We can see the number 3 in here. We divide both sides with 3, and 6 plus 3. Because 3 divided by 3 is about 1. 6 divided by 3 is about 2. So that we got about 2 in here. But this number eliminated, so that we can open the bracket. And we can do the simple equation. We move number 4 in here. That's about 2 minus 4. We know that 2 minus 4, that they will provide minus 2, because 2 below than 4. When we use the number 2 minus 4, you can go about minus 2. we have s in here, we have 2 in here, we just divide by 2, minus 2 divided by 2 together. So we got about s equal to minus 1. So this is the way we do about equation in the ASVAB, and we need to learn how to do step by step in here so that you can calculate the number. The next one, they ask about if s equals 2, then y to s plus 4. So in the question like this, in the ASVAB, they ask about, they provide the information in here, but they ask about to calculate y, and we just put like this. 2, we have 2s in here, 2s, so we multiply with 2, and we got about 4. So 2 multiplied with 2 is about 4. 4 plus 4 is about 8. So this is about the real example. For in ASVAB, they will ask like this. The next equation, that is about exponent. It's about, for example, 2 power 2. In here, we call them, that's about the base. This one we call about the exponent. Sometimes we call about power. And we need to learn how to understand about the base and exponents. If we have number 2 in here, it means 2 multiplied with 2. If the number 3 is 3 power 3, so we have 3 multiplied with 3 multiplied with 3. So that's it. Number 3 in here is the power, and we need to multiply 3 multiplied with 3 multiplied with 3 in 3 times. Or if there is 4 power 2, it's about 4 multiplied with 4. So number 2 in here represent how many times this number multiplied by themselves. So if the 2 is 4 multiplied with 4, if this one is 5, so that's it, they will multiply 5 times. This is about the exponent, and we need to learn how to do about exponent. In the exponent, we will have we know that if they have the same base, this is about same base in here, we will have the formula A B plus C. Because they have the same base, when we multiply together, B will plus C together. For example, A power 5 multiplied with A power 7. And this is the real in advance, and I will show the formula for you. We have this number A in the same base. This one is the same base, and we have number A in here. We have number 5 and number 7 in the power. We put 5 plus 7. And we know that 5 plus 7 is about 12. So the answer in the ASVAB is about A power 12. If we have multiplication in here. The next one. Now if this one is divide, if we have the two exponent A power P divided by A power C, we will have about 8 power b minus c. We have about the example 2 power 5 divided by 2 power 3. This one we have the division, we have the same base together. And we got about 5, oh no, 2, we have number 2 in here, we open the bracket, 5 minus 3, and we got about 2, and we have 5 minus 3 is about 2, so the answer to 2 power 5 divided by 2 power 3 is about 2 power 2, because 5 minus 3 is got about 2. So that is the formula for the exponent. The next formula, we have a power b with c like this. So if we have a power b and in a curved bracket with c, the formula will be a equal to b multiplied with c. Because b multiplied with c together, we can put it in like this. Because multiplication, they can switch together. B multiplied c is equal to a c multiplied with b. That's why we can switch two power together in the bracket. So for example, 2 power 2 with 3 in this example, and we got about 2 with power 2 multiplied with 3, and we can go about 2 power 6, because 2 multiplied with 3 is about 2 over 6, or they can be like 2 power 3. This one both way is equal to this number, so that you need to learn how to do about exponent in the basic. The question in the ASVAB, they will ask like this. Next one is about the square root. Square root is mean about this one, this side. We learned in high school, so we know that this side is a square root. And we have square root of 4 is about 2. Square root of 9 is about 3. 16 is about 4. And 25 is about 5. In here, that's about the basic number we use in the square root. So I explain why we need to put like this. Because when we have number 4, we put about 2 over 2. This square root eliminate this, the power 2, so that we can move number 2 outside. So because number 2 and the square root eliminate together, that's why we got the number 2 outside. Now let's do about in the equation. So that's about the exponent, so I will show for you. So we have number 4 in here, we move in this side, so we have 4s power 2 equal to 20 minus 4, and this is about 60. After we calculate 16 in here, we got about s power 2 equal to 16 divided by 4. 4 divided by 4 in the both sides together, so that we eliminate number 4 in here. We have s equal to 16 divided by 4 is about 4. After we do this like this, we will put the square root in here, and this number we will put the square root in number 4, but we need to have positive and negative side, because if we put in the positive in the number 2, that's about even number, minus negative number in the here, then will become the positive number, so that we have positive and minus 2, and this one then will become s, because the square root eliminate the power 2, so that we have s. So we have s equal to positive and negative 2. So the next one I will show, that's about odd and even in exponent. This means that if we have minus 3 in the power 2, then we become 9, or there will be 9 3 power 2. So if the power in here is an even number, on the positive or the negative number in here, then will become the positive number. If the number is the even number like 3, possible minus 2 in here, then we become minus 8. But if about 2 power 3 is still the 8, but we have the minus 2 in here, that's still the negative number. So that when we calculate in the equation like this, is power 2 equal 4, just like I did that, then we become s equal to positive and negative number. That is true, because the negative 2 in the even number, then we provide the positive number. If this one is 3, for example, if this one is power 3 in here, let's see 8, we can conclude that let's see s only 2, because only 2 positive number can create a positive result. But if they have the minus 8 in here, so that we can conclude only minus 2, because that's the even number. Even number always don't change the sign inside. That's why we call even, or they call odd number. Odd number, they don't change the sign. So if they have the minus 2, they still the minus in result. If this is the positive, this is positive. So that be careful when we do about odd and even power. But this one is on the ASVAB practice. So I will use the real example how to do this. If a equals 6, b equals 5, what is the value a power 2 minus b power 2 close in the bracket with power 2? We have a, b, c, d. We have a in here, that's about 6 power 2, and we have b in here, that's about minus 5 power 2, and we have power 2 in here. We have 6 power 2 is about 36, and 5 power 2 in here, that's about 25. And in here, 36 minus 25 is about 11. So we have 11 power 2 is about 100. 21. So the answer in here is about D. Hello everybody. So I will use this real example in the ASVAB practice. So we have BMI. That's about the weight divided by height power 2. This formula they will provide in the test. They ask calculate the height if BMI is 100 and the weight is 400 kilograms. So we have the formula in here, but they calculate the height, that is this one. So we just put BMI equal to the weight divided by height power 2. So in this here, we put the height in this one and BMI move to here. And the weight divide to BMI. We just switch two variables together. We have the power 2, so we will put the height in here equal to power 2, and we just use the square root in here. We have the weight divide to BMI equal to the square root in here. We have the weight. The weight in here is about 400 divide by 100. It's about the square root 4, and it's about 2. Why we don't have the minus in here? Because the height always the positive number. We don't have the negative number in the height, so that we have accept only number 2. So the answer here is A. If you choose B, this is incorrect because this is minus in here. So the answer in here is about 8. So today I will introduce about mode, mean and median. So I will explain how to understand this thing because it is on the test and we need to learn how to understand the mode, mean and median. Mode is mean how frequency that will appear in the series. This means if the number that appear too much, that's about the mode. For example, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. So I have the series number like this. We see that there are 3 numbers. 2, number 3, 1 and 1. The mode is mean the highest frequency of the number or the series number. So in here we have 3 number 1 is the highest, so that we can say mode is equal 1 because mode is the highest frequency in the series. So that's why we choose number 1. The next one, that's about mean. Mean we can say that's about similar with average. For example, 1, 2, 3, 5. So we have the symbol series number. We have 1, 2, 3, 5, and they ask about the mean. So we calculate the average. So we have 4 numbers, so we divide by 4. We have 1, 2, 3, 5. We sum together and we got about 11 divided by 4. And in here, let's say about 4 divided to 11. We have 4 divided to 11, and we have 2, and that's 8. 11 minus 2, 8 is about 3. And we have number 4 in here, and we have the not in here too, because there have only 3 left. We have 0, and the 4 in here is about 7, and we have number 2 because 28, 30 minus 28 is about 2, and we have number 4, and we have 0 in here, and we have number 5. So that's 11 divided by 4, you will get about 2.75. And this is the way we do about the mean. If they ask the mean, let's see about the average. So that we can use the formula like this to calculate the number. The next one is about median. Median is about the middle number. Middle number I will show for you. 1, 2, 3, 5. So in here we can see that the middle number in this series is about 2. So that we can say median is equal to 2. However, if the series that is not about in the middle number, for example 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, we know that the middle number should be in here, but we have 3 numbers on the left and 3 numbers on the right, so we need to use 2 numbers in here, and we divide by 2. For example, we have the middle number in here, but we don't see that the middle number between 3 numbers, so we have 4 plus 6 divided by 2 equal to 5. So that we can say the median in here is about 5 because we use 2 numbers in the nearest, in the middle, divide by 2. So the best way to understand this thing, but if you don't know the formula, I will show for you. We have the medians, we have 6 letters. We have the middle, then over the 6th letter. So in case you don't know about mode, mean, median, and we know that there is something in the middle, but there is 6 letters and 6 letters, so that's the middle should be the 6 letters. This can be not in mode and mean, so that we know the mean right now. So how to distinguish between the mode and the mean? Because for example, we know the average in here. We know mean, they have the letter A in here, but the average, they have the letter A, but in the mode there is no letter A. So that when you see the mode and mean, if you see the letter A in here, that should be the average. So if we know that is the middle number, there is 6 letters in the middle and 6 letters in the medians, so that you can know medians is the middle number. If we don't know between the mean and the mode in here, we know the letter A in here should be the average. The letter A in the first letter, but in the mode there is no letter A, so that's the left one. That's the final thing you can learn if you don't know about both mean median. So I just use this way to distinguish if you forget about the formula. Equation, it means we will have two equations in here. This is on the test, so I just put the symbol equation. So I will illustrate how to find the number x and y. In here, in array system, there are two equations like this, and we need to learn how to eliminate the variables, so that you can find another variable. So I will use two basic equations in here. First, we sum number 1 and number 2 together. After we sum together, x plus x is about x plus x in here. And we have y minus y. 5 plus 2. We put two equations sum together. Because we have the addition here, this means two equations they sum together side by side. You see that? Side by side. X plus s is about 2s. Y minus sine is about 0y. 5 plus 2 is about 7. Because 0 multiplied with 5 is about 0, so we can eliminate this one. And in here, x equal to 7 divided by 2. After we calculate like this, you can eliminate one variable. So we can calculate one variable. So we got x equal to 7 divided by 2. After we got the x equal to 7 divided by 2, we put in the one equation in here. You can put equation number 1 or equation number 2. They still provide the same result. So we have x plus y equal 5. We have x equal to 7 over 2. We have 7 over 2 plus y. We have the basic equation, and we just put in here. When we move to 7 over 2, in the right side, they will change the positive number to the negative number. That's about 5 minus 2, 7 over 2. We have y in here. We have number 5, we can put in here. Because we want to put about common denominator. That's a common denominator, 2 and 2. And in here we have 10 divided by 2 equal to 5. So we have 10 minus 7 divided by 2. And we will got the result is about 3 over 2. So that the answer for the question is about y equal to 3 over 2. And this is the way we learn how to do the basic equation in here. So the next equation, the next one, So when we sum two equations together, we cannot eliminate y. So in here, to eliminate the one variable, we use this equation number 1. We multiply with. So if you want to minus both y in here, we need to multiply with -2, because when we put the -2 in this equation number 1, -2y plus 2y, they will eliminate. So in the new equation number 1, that will become 4s minus 4s, because we have -2 multiplied in the both sides of the equation number 1. We have -2y equal to -10. So we have the new equation, because we multiply -2 in the equation number 1, we can get about -4s, because 2 multiplied with -2 is about -4s. 5 multiplied with -2 is about -10. So this one we just lie, we multiply in here with the -2, in here with the -2. So we can got the equation number 3 in here. After that, we have 2 plus equation number 3 minus 4s in here plus 3s minus 2y plus 2y equal to -10 plus 2. So minus 4s plus 3s is about -s, and this one then will become the 0, and this one then will become the -8, because -10 plus 2, they will back to the -8. In here, we will have the negative side and another negative side. In the negative side is about the -1. So to get the s, we will divide -1 with the -1, and in here -8 divided to the -1. So we can got the s in here is about -8 divided to -1 is about 8, because minus divided to minus, they will eliminate the side together. So we got the 8 in here. After we got s equal 8, we can put in the first equation number 1. We have 2s plus y equal to 5. We have number 8 in here, we put 2s in here. To multiply with 8 is about 16 plus y equal to 5. We see that 16 plus y equal to 5. We can look at this. Y is equal to 5 minus 16, so that we can get about y equal to 5 minus 16 is about -11. Therefore, we can get the true solution. S equal to 8 and y equal to 11. Y equal to -11. So that's the way we do about how to solve the equation step by step in here, and that's why we learn how to do the system in the ASVAB. Slope, we have the formula is about I2 minus I1 S2 minus S1. This one is on the test and we need to learn about the slope. For example, we have A is about minus 2, 7 and B is about 4 minus 2. So I have the 2 points in here and we apply the slope in this equation. We have P in here, we have minus 2, let's see about minus 2 in here, and we have the 7, but they have the minus in here, let's see minus 7. Next, S2 is about number 4, but we have the minus S1, but they have the minus 2 in here, then we become the plus 2. Minus 2 minus 7 is about minus 9. 4 plus 2 is about 6. In this one, we can simplify the fraction. Minus 5 divided by 3. 6 divided by 3. So that's minus 9 divided by 3 is about minus 3. 6 divided by 3 is about 2. And in here, if they ask about simplify in the mixed fraction, you can see that we have the minus 3 in here. We can put the minus 2 minus 1 divided by 2. Why we need to do that? Because we want to know that number 2 can divide together. 2, we can separate them. Minus 2 divided by 2, and we have the minus 1 divided by 2 in here. So we have the minus 1 over 2. After we got this number in here, we will got about minus 1 and 1 over 2. So this is about the mixed fraction. We need to know about that. So the answer for this slope is about minus 1 and 1 over 2. So the next one, that's about linear equation. This means that we have all x and y. For example, we have all x, y, and they provide for you 2 points. For example, we have the system in here, and they provide point A is about 2, 4, and B is about 1, 1. In this formula, we have the 2 points together. The question they ask about find the linear in here. So we will calculate how to find the linear equation. First, I just write it down here. This is on the test, and we need to learn how to do about linear equation. We have the formula of the linear equation is about y equal to ax plus b. This is about the basic equation, and we will put in here. We have 2 is about x, 4 is about y. So we in here we have number y in here. We have 4. We have number 2 in here. That's about x. So we have 2a plus b. Similar for b, we have 1 and 1. We put y equal 1 in here. That's about 1. And we have a x in here. We have number 1 in here. This is about a plus b. So that is similar about the system in equation, and we just calculate about this equation in here. So we have 1 and 2. So we just eliminate b, and we just multiply minus 1 in 1. So the equation number 1, they will change to minus 4 equal to minus 2a plus minus b. We have minus 4 equal to minus 2a minus b, and we have the equation number 2 in here. We just sum equation number 2 and equation number 3. So that we have the minus 4 plus 1 is about minus 3, minus 2a in here. We plus a in here is minus a. We have minus b with the b in here. So that we can go about 0, and we can calculate a in here. We divide with minus 1, so that 3 equal to a. After we calculate a is equal to 3, we can put them in the equation. For example, I will put in the equation number 2. So we have 1 equal to 3 plus b, and in here we have b equal to, we have number 1, we move number 3 in this side, then we change to minus 3. So we have 1 minus 3 equal to minus 2. After we calculate a is 3 and b is minus 2, so we will have about the formula. We have y, we have this formula in here. We just input a in the question. We have 3s, and b in here, that's about minus 2. That's about minus 2. So the formula for the linear equation, that's about it's about y equal to 3x minus 2, and this is the end of the final result. About it, today I will introduce about PEDMAS. PEDMAS is about parentheses, exponents, multiplications, division, addition, and subtraction. So we have the PEDMAS in here. This is on the ASVAB in the math knowledge, and we need to learn how to understand the PEDMAS in here, in the order, because if you understand the order, you can find the correct answer for the test. So I will use the real example in the ASVAB, and I will show you how to do this formula. So in here you can see that we have the bracket, and we need to do the parentheses first. So there is the parentheses in here. So we cannot do the power 2 in here because that's a exponent. So the priority we need to do, that's about parentheses. So we will go inside. We will write the same area outside because we don't change anything. In the parentheses, we have the exponent, that's about 3 power 2. So 3 power 2 will go first because that's about exponent. So we have to put 9 in here. because 3 power 2 is about 9. The next one, so between minus and multiplication, we see that the multiplication is the third because we only have the minus and the multiplication. So we will do the multiplication first. So in here then we become 10, and we have 9 minus in here. We have number 9 minus 10 because we still in the parenthesis. They will do the first. So as we have 9 minus 10 is about minus 1 power 2. We know that's minus 1 in the power 2 because that's about the even power. So that we will get about the positive number, that's about 1. So in here we have 3 things. Positive, that's about addition. This is about division. This one about exponents. So in here we have the exponents, division, addition. So we have exponents. They will go first because that's the second priority. So that's 4 power 2 is about 16. Then we divide by 2. We have addition and division. That's about the fourth priority. So we do division first. 16 divided by 2 is about 8. And we have 1 plus 8 is about 9. So that's the power of PEDMAS. So if you understand about the PEDMAS followed in the order like this, you can find the final answer with the real number. We'll introduce about FOIL. What is that? We have first, outside, inside, and the last. That's why we have the FOIL. FOIL in here they will use for do in the factor or the product of the multiplication of 2 factor in here. So we will have in here. First, it means we will go s with 2s. That's about first. First, it means the first number they will go together. So we have s multiplied with 2s. That's about 2s power 2. And we have the outside. It means we have the x in here. Then we go to the outside in here. So we call that the outside. Outside it means 2 number more outside in here. Then we go in the second. So we have s multiplied with 3 is about 3s. The next one is about inside. Inside it means the 2 numbers inside in here. They are close together. They will call inside. So we have 1 multiplied with 2s is about 2s. And last it means 1 in here, and we have minus 3 in here. This is the last number in the factor. So we have minus 3. When we sum together, we have 2s power 2 minus 3s plus 2s is about minus s and minus 3. So that's the way we do. That's the way we do when we multiply two factors in here. So that's the factor. I use the real example how to do the factor in here. First, we need to do like this. In here, when we see the number like this, we need to figure out how to distinguish about this one. This is about the between one. So to do the factor, you need to find the common factor in here. So we have 4s, we can distinguish about 3s plus s. In here, we can do about 3s plus over the bracket s plus 1, because 3s multiplied with s is about 3s power 2 and 3s multiplied with 1 is about 3s and s plus 1 in here. After that, we can see that s plus 1 are common factor. So we can put in here s plus 1 equal to 3s, because we don't have the number in here. Let's see about number 1 too, because number 1 multiplied with this number is still a, because they don't change in here. So let's see about number 1, and the answer P is about a. So another technique, if you see the question like this and you don't know how to do the factor, and I will show for you, you just see the number 3 and number 1 in the question. If you see number 3 and number 1, you can eliminate the number very easy, because in the factor we should have this number multiplied together. Why? Because s power 2 is mean there are 2s in here. If we don't see the 3s power 2, for example, s multiplied with s is still s power 2, but we don't see the number 3 in here, so we can eliminate B and C. So let's move on number 1 in here. Number 1, it should be the lowest. It means that they don't have the s in here, so we have number 1 multiplied with number 1 and minus 2 multiplied with 1, but the question there is still number 1, so we cannot accept B, because minus 2 multiplied with 1 is got minus 2, but 1 multiplied with 1 is about 1, so we can eliminate D. So the answer is A. This is the best way we can eliminate the question. If you don't have enough time to answer this question, you can eliminate the question like that, so that the high chance to get the correct answer is so high if you know the technique like this. So today I will talk about the simple interest. First, let's see another practice test. A man deposits 10,000 in a bank. After many years, a man received 18,000 with 10% interest rate per year. How many years he deposits? In this advice, we just use only one formula. Let's see about I equal to B R T. R is about interest. B, that's about principal. R is about interest rate. and t, that is about 10. We will have this formula to do this question in here. So we know that the first one we just deposit 10,000, but after some year we receive about 18,000. So we can calculate the interest rate in here. The interest is about the new minus original money. This means that we just deposit 10,000 just about original money. We don't put in the bank. After we put in the bank, we receive 18,000. It means the new one, they will receive about $8,000 in the interest, because after we receive about 8,000 in the interest, that's why we get more money in the bank. So that's why we have the number is 8,000 for interest. And we put in here I in here, that's about 8,000 equal to 10,000 in here. 10,000, that's about principal. We have letter R in here, that's about 10%. And we have T in here. So the question they ask how many years, so the question they ask about T in here. So let's calculate the equation. We have 8,000 in here, but we know that 10,000 multiplied with 10%, that is about 1,000. We divide both sides with 1,000. Because we divide both sides with 1,000, this one don't have number anymore. This one that will become 8. So that we calculate T in here, that's about 8. And we can got the answer in here is B. So today I will talk about the ratio. So I will use the real example and I will illustrate how to do the question. The price of gasoline is $2.27 per gallon and decrease at the rate of 0.03 every 2 months. Oil cost is $0.45 per gallon and increase at a rate of $0.05 every 6 months. How many years will it take them to equal rise? This means that we have the gasoline, but they decrease the price, and the oil cost they increase the price. So that's after the certain times that we get the same value. And in here we will put like that. We have 2 months and we have 6 months. So we will use about S is about the year to convert 2 months of the $0.03 per gallon. So we will use the ratio. So we have 0.03 and we have 2 months. We know that 1 year is about 12 months. So if we want to do the ratio, we will put the 12 months in here. To go back, how many months to get about the same rate of the year? Why we need to convert to the years? Because we need to convert down, go to the same rate of the year every year and every year too. So that when we do the equation, that is so simple. When we calculate by this. Now by 3 multiply with 12, then divide by 2. We see that 0.03 multiplied with 12, that's about 0.36, and we divide by 2 again because we multiply in this area, then we get this number, we just divide with 2 in this same area, and we got about $0.18 per year. So that's about the gasoline. We got the rate in here. The gasoline is about $0.18 per year. Similar with the oil, we see that they have 0.05 in here. We have 6 months, we have 12 months. So we just do the same thing. In this area, we just multiply and then we divide by 6. So that we will get about 0.5 multiply with 12 divided by 6. So in this one, 0.05 multiplied with 12, that's about 0.7 or 0.6, sorry. So to do this the multiplication, I will show for you. So we have 12 multiplied with 0.05. We see that there is the decimal in here, and we have 2 numbers. We put the decimal and 2 outside, so we can convert in here. So that we multiply 12 multiplied with 5. 5 with 2 is 10, and we have 1. 5 multiplied with 1 is about 5, and we have number 1 in here. We have 6, but the decimal number, and we have 2 digits, so we put 0 in here so that we can count that is 2 digits. So that's why we got about 0.6 in here. Later that we divide by 6. 0.6 divided by 6 is 0.1. So after we calculate about the rate in here to convert to the year, so we can put to in equation. We have oil in here. We convert gas and oil to the rate of year, so that when we put to the s of year, we can make the equation. We have 2.27 over there, and we got the gasoline, but they did read the rate every year. Right now we can say that they read at 0 $0.18 per year. So we can got about minus sign here because that's the decrease. The rate means we need to minus. And we got the cost of the oil is about 0.45. And this one we got about increase at the rate in here, so we can say increase as $0.1 per year. So we can got the positive sign in here, and we got about 0.1 with S. We got the equation. This is the equation we need to calculate. So in here we will move the 0.1 and minus 0.18s go to this side. This number go to this side, so that we change the sign here. This one is in the positive side, then we go to the left. So then we change the sign in 0.45 with the minus sign here. And we have 0.1s plus 0.18s. We minus this number. 2 minus this number, we have 2.27 minus 0.45. 7 minus 5 is about 2. 2 minus 4 is about 8. We need more another one minus 1 in here because 2 below than 4. So that when we have 12 minus 4 is about 8. So we have another minus 1 in here. So that 2 minus 1 is about 1. So we got about 1.82. This one, two number, they will sum together. That is so simple because we have 1 and 1, so that's about 0.28s. So the final, that's it about, we divide both sides with 0.28. This one with 0.28. If we divide like that, we can eliminate this one. So we just do about division with the decimal number. We have 0.28 divided by 1.82. We see that there are 2-digit number. This one 2-digit number, so that we can eliminate the decimal number in it. So we can go about 182 divided by 28 because we just eliminate the decimal number. So that is so simple to calculate right here. In here we will go about 28 with and 182. I just draw a little space. In this number we have 6 because 6 multiplied with 28 is about 168 because 168 is below than 182, so we can now minus together. 2 minus 8 is about 12 minus 8 is about 4, and we have another minus 1 in here. 8 minus 6 is about 2, but we have minus 1 is about 1. So we have 14. But we have that 28 is higher than 14. We have 0 in here, and we have the decimal because we don't have any number left in here on the right side. So we have the decimal. 28, if you want to get 28 and we eliminate 140, we just have 5 because 28 multiplied with 5, that's about 140. So that we got 0. So the answer key for this question is about how to do this equation with the square root and s power 2 in here. To do this question, we see that this is about the square root. To eliminate the square root, first you can put s power 2 with 7 with power 2 plus s plus 1 power 2 in both sides, because if they have the equal in the both sides, if we put the power 2, both numbers should be the same, so that the result in here should be the same too. That's why we put the power 2 in the both sides. We got about s power 2 plus 7 equal to s power 2 plus 2s plus 1. This one you can learn this s plus 1 multiply s plus 1. If you don't know that, the power 2 is mean there are 2 factor in here, so we can multiplication like that. So that after you multiply in the FOIL, that's I just mentioned before, later, and you can do first, outside, inside, and last, and you can go about s power 2 plus 2s plus 1. In here we have s power 2 in the both sides. We can eliminate number in here. So we got 7 equal to 2s plus 1. The next one, that's about number 1, they go to the right side, so they change the sign. This is 7 minus 1, because when you move the number from left or the right or right to the left, they will change to positive to negative or negative to positive. So that's why we got about 2s. 7 minus 1 is about 6 equal to 2s. So that we have 2 in here, we have 6 divided by 2 equal to 2 divided by 2, so that we can eliminate the number, and we have 6 divided by 2 is about 3 equal to s. So that's why we have s equal by 3, the ratio. So that's it about the retest. So I will illustrate how to answer this question. You can buy 2 rolls at the store for $1.4, or you can use a coupon to buy 25 rolls for $10. How much money would you save per rolls if you use the coupon? So in here we have 2 rolls and we have 1.4, so we can calculate about the rate in here. That's about 1.4 divided by 2. This is about 0.7 if you don't buy the coupon, and if you use the coupon, we just use about $10 divided by 25. So we will do about division in here. We have 25 divided by 10. So we know that 25 is higher than 10. We have another decimal number in here because we don't have enough enough number to divide with 25. So we have another 0. 25 in here, we got about 4. Because 25 multiplied with 4, you can get about 100. And we got about 0. So that's $10 divided by 25. You got about 0.4. And after that, we can see that without the coupon, the rate is about 0.7 per. If we use the coupon, that's about 0.4 per. So that's the difference between 0.7 and 0.4. Is about 0.3 per. This means that you can save more than $0.3 per if you use the coupon. So the answer of the question in this one is about the ratio. And I will show how to do the real ASVAB. One pie fills a barrel in 1 hour, while another pie can fill the same barrels in 2 hours. How many minutes will it take to fill the tank if both pies are used? So we have A, B, C, D. And in here, we suppose that V is the volume. So we have V is the volume of the barrel. And we will have the rate in here. So the pie number 1, they can fill up by 3 divided by 1. Why we need to put like that? Because we have volume divided by 1 hour. This means that after we use the rate, we multiply with 1. Then we got the V is full on the volume in the barrel. Similar like this. Pie number 2. We have V in the total. We divide by 2. That's about the rate of the pie number 2. We don't know. Because if after 2 hours we use this rate, we multiply with 2, let's see, we divide by V. That's why we got about V divided by 2. That's about the rate of pie number 2. Because 2 pies they work together, so we have the formula. The volume on the top one. We have the rate number 1 plus rate number 2. Rate number 2. So that we have the volume. Volume they don't change in the barrel. We have V. We have V divided by 1 plus V divided by 2. So in here we have V on the numerator and V in the denominator. We can put the V outside by like that. So that we can have the V in the numerator and the denominator. We eliminate V in here. We got about 1 divided by 1 plus 1 over 2. So we got the number in here. 1 divided by 1 plus 1 over 2. We can put like this, 2 over 2 plus 1 over 2 in here. And we got about 1 hour equal to 60 minutes. So we put 60 in here because they asked about the minutes. So we multiply with 60 and we got about 2 plus 1 is about 3/2. This number is similar like 1 divided 3/2, so that we just revert back to 1 multiplied with 2/3. So this thing we can convert with 3/2 or 2/3 multiply with 60, and right now we just multiply together. 60 multiplied with 2 is about 120, divide by 3, and we got about 40 minutes. So the answer, the question in here is about 40 minutes.